looks like a fog bank. I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, that right there looks like we may have fog over the beach. So there's our fog bank, but I think it's going to stay far enough out to see. You can see we got a full moon today. Here at the beach. Get everything turned on. Okay, that's not good, because I did not hear that remote turn on. All right, let's try that again. There we go. This will be the third flight. We'll try to get some different camera angles if everything works out all right. Damn, that thing is so sensitive. But at least we're on chill mode. We're gonna take that one off. That's why right there, I don't like to have this on when I do this. But since I got it on chill mode, I don't really want to take it off again and have to mess around with that. Damn, that is so sensitive. I'm not meaning to do that. All right, let's see. Getting a lot of rotor off of those dunes. It's a little bit of a crazy launch there. Let me see if I can get my other camera out. I don't know if I can or not. Let's see, because these swing arms are so wide that it makes it really difficult to grab my camera. Go ahead and do a little turn here. And we'll fly back up the beach. Woo! Bumps, 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 bumps. Pretty bad bumps this morning. We got to be careful. Got to keep our, I don't know. Pretty bad bumps. Part of that was I ran into my own prop wash. But I've really got to be careful because it is kind of bumpy because a lot of that wind is coming off the dune. You can see the sunrise is up. We had a full moon on the other side. It was awesome. Now we're going to try to get some shots of this thing flying. We're not going to be able to go out over the dunes. It's just too bumpy. But we have some footage already. We are at 72%. Well, actually last spring, I wanted to do this activity. I'd been working for about a year at that point, maybe a little bit over a year on the design, different designs. Then, around the last part of my spring semester, I had a couple of people that were in engineering and they wanted to try it out. So I created some assignments, and those assignments were heavier on the math side.
and more on assembling the frame. First part of the semester was going to be mathematical formulas to help you design the frame and assembling small scale. And then the second part, ooh, there's some weird winds right there. That's not prop wash, that is rotor. And second half of the semester was going to be full frame assembly with some other formulas. And then halfway through the summer in July, I figured out that's just too complicated and there was too much redundancy. I was like, this is going to bore some people, and for the average EDUC student that's not in engineering or mathematics, it's going to be too much math and they're not going to have a good time. So I started redesigning somewhere right around mid-July. And I got it all put together, or at least the first half of the semester put together right around when the semester started. So the whole semester I was behind where I wanted to be. But I felt like I still had plenty of time. And I got to the netting activity, and slowly but surely in that first half of the semester I was just losing ground, losing time for various reasons. Some of it was work related, some of it was working on these assignments, not really knowing how long it was going to take me. And by the time I got to the netting activity, I thought it was going to take me 1 to 2 days. It took me 2 weeks, just because I didn't have really a way to figure out the way the netting was going to go on, and I kept having to reprint the small scale to figure it out. So anyway, figured it out, and by the time we got to that lost foam assignment, I was really behind. In fact, I hadn't even done the lost foam assignment myself, other than knowing how it went together. For my Monday, Wednesday class, they were the first class to do it, even before I had really attempted it. So that was crazy. And then what I figured out in their class, I went back and made those changes. This is really bumpy for some reason. Way bumpier than I thought it was going to be, so it's kind of gusty, I guess. And so what I learned in the first class, I changed for the Tuesday, Thursday class, and all of their lost foam casting worked. I think I'm gonna land this. This is getting dangerous. Yeah, something weird is going up there. That was 10.5 minutes, so that's going to be good anyway. Not completely trusting of this frame yet. All right, where are we at? 82%. That'll be good. We'll get to fly again. I don't want to accidentally bump it when I get hooked in, like I was doing last time. So this will kind of let us know what direction the winds are coming out of. I try to get over here where I can kind of cobra launch it. If I'm running right at the dunes, that's not a good thing. That means it's going to be gusty. The water looks good. So if you didn't catch that night before the first flight, broke the frame because I forgot to put a bolt in. And so when I was pulling the pull start, it put a lot of stress on the hoop. Then, not only did I break the frame, then I broke the pull start. After I fixed the frame, I duct taped the frame together, pull start again, broke it, broke the hoop, broke the connections. So I just duct taped it because I didn't have time to recast. We slapped the electric engine on there, chipped the propeller on the first attempt at taking off. We put it in chill mode. Since we had a shorter propeller, we flew it chipped. We got that flight in. That was before we had the netting. So then we put the netting on. So especially the top part of the netting, that's the stuff that the students completed on a small scale. And then after they completed that, we flew it. We put it on the full frame. We had the netting ready for them, or at least the first rendition of the netting. We had that ready for them on the first assembly. Well, actually on the second assembly, second day of assembly, they got to see the netting. That wasn't even ready for the full frame assembly. I was still working on it. And by the time we got in there on the second day, they got to see how the netting went on the full frame, and I did a test flight. But it had all those sloppy bungees on there. So I fixed that, made it a little bit better. We're still adjusting it. As you'll notice from this video, the size is off on one side. The cordage for the netting is longer than on the other because I'm trying to find out what the appropriate size is. I think I'm gonna end up turning right into my wake turbulence there. Yeah, I feel it right there. Yeah, the winds. We'll probably get another 10 minutes. Getting pretty windy up here. I can see my windsock moving. Yeah, it's flipping, but at least it's kind of coming down the beach, it looks like, a little bit more. It's still coming off those dunes, like it's still turning towards the dunes occasionally. I don't know a lot about this battery. A lot of these lithium-ion batteries, you can't run them all the way down or you'll start to mess them up. I think this one's set to turn off at a certain amount, so you can't run it down. I'm gonna gain a little bit of altitude. We're at 10 minutes now. This will allow me to kind of zigzag back and forth and lose some altitude, come in and land next to my car. Well, not right next to it, because I don't want to get into the... All right, we got the throttle off. I don't want to get into the wind shadow. See right there, I feel the wind shadow behind the dunes. We're gonna pick up some speed and flare. Whoa, man, yeah, we got, it died off on us right then. All right, let's see if I can kill it out here and still get behind it enough to be able to catch it if it blows towards me. Yeah. Yeah, that feels like it's coming right down that beach. All right, let's see. Is that back on? Yeah. We need to make sure that. So now we're back at 40% after we killed the engine. So that'll be good to store it